Twin Peaks was canceled after just 30 episodes, yet it spawned an entire genre of TV mystery shows and came back 25 years later to break every rule of television storytelling. Some of the TV shows that I've watched that I can put them on the same level as Twin Peaks include The X-Files, Lost, True Detective, and Stranger Things. Each of these series owes a debt to Lynch's groundbreaking work, taking the supernatural mystery format and running with it in their own unique directions. I liked how Twin Peaks established the template for prestige television, decades before that term existed. You know what's crazy? Twin Peaks started as a simple question: who killed Laura Palmer? But by the time Lynch and Frost finished telling this story across 3 seasons, it became something much bigger, a meditation on good versus evil, small-town secrets, and the thin line between our world and something far more sinister. Lynch crafted a fever dream that somehow made perfect sense while making no sense at all. The performances here are incredible, especially Kyle MacLachlan as Agent Cooper. He brings this childlike wonder to a character who's investigating pure evil, and it shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. Ray Wise as Leland Palmer delivers one of the most chilling performances in television history, switching between grieving father and possessed monster with terrifying ease. Lynch and Frost originally wanted to never reveal Laura's killer. Can you imagine? The network executives were horrified. They demanded answers, and when Lynch finally gave them what they wanted in season 2, the show lost its magic temporarily. Sometimes the mystery is more powerful than the solution. The budget was only $1.1 million per episode, yet Lynch created something that looked more cinematic than most movies. The cultural impact of this show is insane. Before Twin Peaks, television was either sitcoms or straightforward dramas. Lynch proved that TV could be cinematic, artistic, and completely unpredictable. Shows like Lost, The X-Files, and True Detective exist because Twin Peaks showed that audiences were hungry for something different. The show sparked a coffee culture boom and made cherry pie sales skyrocket across America. This is about the duality of human nature. Every character has secrets, every relationship has darkness, and every answer leads to more questions. Lynch uses the supernatural elements as metaphors for the evil that exists in ordinary places. The Red Room sequences were filmed with the actors speaking their lines backwards, then reversed in post-production to create that otherworldly effect. Behind the scenes, Lynch insisted on casting non-professional actors for many roles, giving the show an authentic small-town feel. The famous Log Lady was played by Catherine Coulson, who had worked with Lynch since his early films. When she was dying of cancer, Lynch wrote her final scenes for season 3 around her condition, making her character's departure even more poignant. The fact that it came back 25 years later for season 3 proves something important. Some stories are too powerful to stay buried. Lynch took that cancellation and turned it into part of the narrative itself. He made us wait 25 years, like Cooper was trapped for 25 years. The 3rd season cost $85 million and gave Lynch complete creative control, resulting in 18 hours of pure Lynch vision. What happens when you combine FBI procedural with supernatural horror? You get something that influenced every mystery show that followed. The series won Golden Globes, Emmy nominations, and a Peabody Award. Are you ready to get into this rabbit hole? Here's the complete story of Twin Peaks. Season 1. The story begins when a body wrapped in plastic washes up on the shore of a lake in Twin Peaks, Washington. Local Sheriff Harry Truman identifies the victim as Laura Palmer, the homecoming queen who seemed perfect to everyone. FBI Special Agent Dale Cooper arrives to investigate. Cooper is eccentric, drinking coffee constantly and recording observations into his tape recorder for someone named Diane. He uses unconventional methods, including dream analysis and intuition. Cooper learns that Laura lived a double life. While she appeared innocent, she was secretly involved with drugs, prostitution, and older men. Her best friend Donna Hayward and bad boy James Hurley were both in love with her. James was having a secret relationship with Laura before her death. The investigation reveals Laura was involved with Leo Johnson, a violent trucker who deals drugs. Leo's wife Shelley is terrified of him and begins an affair with Bobby Briggs, Laura's boyfriend, who was also dealing drugs. Cooper discovers that Laura was seeing a psychiatrist, Dr. Lawrence Jacoby, who was obsessed with her. During a staged plan to catch the killer, someone shoots Cooper in his hotel room. The season ends with Cooper lying bleeding on the floor. Season 2, Cooper survives the shooting. The investigation continues and reveals more of Laura's secret life. She was involved with a mysterious figure called B.O.B., who appears in people's dreams and visions as a terrifying presence. Laura's cousin Maddie Ferguson arrives in Twin Peaks. She looks exactly like Laura, which disturbs everyone. Maddie stays with Laura's parents, Leland and Sarah Palmer, who are both struggling with grief and strange behavior. The town faces other crises. The Packard sawmill, owned by Josie Packard, faces financial problems. Catherine Martell, Josie's business partner, schemes to take control. A fire at the mill apparently kills Catherine, but she actually survives and returns disguised as a Japanese businessman named Mr. Tojimura. Cooper's investigation leads to One-Eyed Jack's, a casino and brothel across the Canadian border. The owner, Jacques Renault, was involved with Laura. During the investigation, Jacques is murdered in the hospital by Leland Palmer, who claims he was avenging his daughter. The truth about Laura's killer emerges gradually. Cooper realizes that Leland Palmer has been possessed by B.O.B. since childhood. Bob used Leland's body to abuse and eventually murder Laura. When Leland realizes what he's done, he kills himself in prison, and Bob disappears. With Laura's murder solved, the town faces new threats. Cooper's former partner, Wyndham Earle, arrives in Twin Peaks. Earle is insane and blames Cooper for the death of his wife, Carolyn, who was killed during a case they worked together. Earle begins a twisted game, murdering people in ways that correspond to chess moves. He's obsessed with the White Lodge and Black Lodge, supernatural realms that exist parallel to our world. The White Lodge represents pure good, while the Black Lodge contains pure evil. Cooper falls in love with Annie Blackburn, Norma's sister, who works at the diner. Earle kidnaps Annie and takes her to the Black Lodge, demanding that Cooper follow them. Cooper enters the Black Lodge through Glastonbury Grove during a specific astronomical alignment. Inside, he encounters the Man from Another Place, a backwards talking dwarf, and the Giant, both supernatural beings. He also sees Laura Palmer, who gives him cryptic warning. The lodge contains doppelgangers of people Cooper knows, including Maddie Ferguson and Leland Palmer. Cooper finds Earle, who demands Cooper's soul in exchange for Annie's life. He agrees, but Bob appears and takes Earle's soul. Bob then chases Cooper through the lodge with Cooper's own doppelganger. Outside, an explosion at a bank vault traps Andrew Packard, Pete Martell, and Audrey Horne, a trap set by the dead Thomas Eckhart. Cooper and Annie emerge from the woods, both injured. Annie goes to the hospital, but Cooper recovers in his hotel room. Nonetheless, the Cooper who returned is actually his doppelganger, possessed by B.O.B. He smashes his head into the bathroom mirror and laughs maniacally. Season 3. 25 years pass. The real Cooper remains trapped in the Black Lodge, preparing his return to the world. His doppelganger lives in Cooper's place, working to prevent his own return to the lodge with help from various criminal associates. In Buckhorn, South Dakota, a librarian named Ruth Davenport is mysteriously murdered. FBI Deputy Director Gordon Cole and his team investigate, including Agent Albert Rosenfield and Agent Tammy Preston. The log lady contacts the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department with a message that leads Deputy Chief Hawk to reopen the investigation into Laura Palmer's murder. Hawk discovers missing pages from Laura's diary that reveal more about her experiences with B.O.B. Cooper's doppelganger, calling himself Mr. C, has become a dangerous criminal who manufactures drugs and associates with killers. He's determined to avoid returning to the Black Lodge and uses various supernatural methods to stay in the real world. The real Cooper finally escapes the Black Lodge but doesn't return as himself. He becomes Dougie Jones, a manufactured identity in Las Vegas. As Dougie, Cooper has childlike behavior and needs constant guidance from his wife Janie E. and son Sonny Jim. While Cooper slowly regains his memories and abilities, Mr. C continues his criminal activities. He's connected to a drug operation and is searching for coordinates that will lead him to something important. In Twin Peaks, many original characters return to their lives 25 years later. Sheriff Truman's brother Frank now runs the department. Dr. Jacoby has become a conspiracy theorist who broadcasts from his trailer. The supernatural elements become more prominent. The fireman, a cosmic entity, guides Cooper's journey. Bob manifests more directly, inhabiting Mr. C and other people. The town experiences strange phenomena, including electrical disturbances and unexplained events. Cooper gradually remembers his true identity while living as Dougie. He helps solve crimes through his investigative instincts and encounters various criminals and FBI agents who are tracking Mr. C. The investigation leads to a confrontation between Cooper and his doppelganger. Mr. C is eventually defeated, and B.O.B. is destroyed by a supernatural green glove worn by a British character named Freddie Sykes. However, Cooper's victory comes with a cost. In trying to save Laura Palmer by changing the past, he creates an alternate timeline where she's known as Carrie Page and lives in Texas. Cooper, now calling himself Richard, finds her and brings her back to Twin Peaks. But when they arrive at the Palmer house, different people live there. Laura Carey doesn't recognize anything. Cooper realizes something has gone wrong with his attempt to change history. The series ends with Laura screaming, suggesting that some tragedies cannot be undone, even with supernatural intervention. Cooper's 25-year journey comes full circle, but the victory is hollow. He saved the world from B.O.B. but lost something essential about himself and the people he tried to protect. The story concludes with more questions than answers, which is exactly what Lynch intended. Some mysteries are meant to remain mysteries. What did you think about Cooper's transformation throughout the series? Did you find the supernatural elements believable within the story's world? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more similar content.